Today we have Melissa with us, and she's had Ernest Syndrome. And Melissa, tell us a little bit about your problems and what brought you to my office.
Okay, it was a long road to get here, so I was very thankful to finally find this location to get it fixed. But probably 20 some years ago, it started with just some minor kind of like muscular issues in my jaw, like my cheek, and I would always want to massage it. And a really good friend of mine was an oral surgeon. So I remember one night when we were working out, mentioned it to him. He's like, come into my office, we'll make sure you don't have TMJ. And
we talked about it. He was a good oral surgeon, a really good guy. Yeah,
very good
I remember
oral
him as a
surgeon.
Resident, really good guy.
Yes, and he did a complete exam, and I didn't think I had TMJ. I didn't have any of the other symptoms, but I obviously wanted to go check it out. And he said he did the CT scan. He's like, no, you're fine, no TMJ. And then over the years, things progressed slowly, where weird symptoms where I'd want to rub my neck, it would get really tight. And then my ear got extremely clogged, probably like at least eight to maybe 15 years ago. It started not as bad, but it progressed where it was horrible. Where
Did it feel like it had water in it? Or?
It sometimes felt like someone just, the first time I went to the ENT for it, I said, it feels like someone took out the top of my skull and poured in a whole pitcher of water. And so sometimes it did have that feeling. Sometimes it just felt like it wouldn't release and pop. Like when you go swimming and when you come out of the water and you need to yawn to get that release, I could never get that release. And I also noticed if I ever had a bacterial or viral infection, it would settle right there for about 6 to 8 weeks, where it was horrible at night, where I couldn't sleep. I'd have to sit up. I'd go get hot towels to put on that area. But I would go to doctor to doctor to doctor. And I'd been to my ENT so many times. And he kept saying, there's nothing wrong with you. I'm like, yes, there is. It's right here. I kept saying, it's right there. And I said, it feels like someone, if you could put something up at a 45-degree angle from that spot. I said, it's something in there. But again, when I would get sick, I would say the circumference was kind of like this area all around where it would be affected, but it just makes you feel awful. So I went for a CT scan. I went to see a different ENT because I thought maybe my eustachian tube had collapsed. That's kind of what it felt like. I always would joke with my ENT and say, it feels like you put there's a wad of super glue in there and my eustachian tube is stuck together. So I went to see this other ENT who specializes in the balloon dilation. So I thought maybe that'll be my answer. And then he did a CT scan and he thought maybe I had Eagle syndrome. So that CT scan came back negative for Eagle syndrome. And he was just kind of like, I don't have any other ideas. So that led me more into the research medical books myself. And I found Ernest Syndrome. And I found your videos on YouTube, which led me to coming to get the injections. And I've had 4 injections now, and it's way better. I mean, it's still not perfect, but I know it's a slow process, and we're getting there. So
well, I told
I'm so
you
thankful.
that Dr. Ernest was my mentor, and was a wonderful, godly man, and he taught me all about this back, Lord, it had to be way back about 84, 85. So we've done this that long, but have you told your ENT doctors or told any of them about this problem since?
I've told every doctor I come into contact with, I tell them about it. I've told my dentist, my oral surgeon friends, chiropractor, neuromuscular guy I've been going to for years. I mean, I've seen all these doctors for years for trying to figure this out. So they're very open to it and they're very interested.
And you're feeling better now. You still have a little residual discomfort perhaps, but it's markedly improved.
Very much improved.
Well, like we said, it could come, could go. It may go away totally, it may return. But if it does, I want to see you back, okay?
Okay, easy
Thank
enough.
you so much,
Thank
Melissa.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions or comments, put them down below. I read all your questions, all the comments. I try to answer all the questions, suggest topics for videos in the future, and I'll try to address them. Thank you for watching.